Thank you all so much. That was a way better response than the first two shows. Yeah. Everybody having a good day? Yeah. And how about this weather, huh? Yeah. Beautiful. California here having just like that one season. Just like most of the new shows on Disney Plus. All right, who's excited for a story? Good. Shout out the name of your favorite story. Go. Well, only like 4 people like stories then. Okay. The rest of you need to read a book. Well, I didn't really hear much, and I'm not going to use that suggestion. So we're just going to do what my manager scheduled for me, because that's easiest. This story is a beloved bedtime classic, and it was mashed up with a very profitable licensing agreement. This story is Cinderpool. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's an applause cue. Show's full of them. You better figure it out. All right, here we go. It's not real. $1 billion company can't give me a real lamp. Yes, well that's minimum, but it's fine, we'll work on it. Nice tagline use. Once upon a time, you know, it just doesn't feel right doing it with myself. We should all say those magical words together. Ready?
Once upon a time.
I said together. That was bad. Yeah, I'll just do it myself. Once upon a time, Cinderpool lived in a big mansion with his step professor and step mutants. The biggest of those step mutants, Colossus, was always making up silly rules around the house. He would say things like, stop putting your initials on other people's leftovers in the fridge. And, for the love of Feige, stop Donald ducking around the house. Put some pants on. What is wrong with you? Have you no... Anyway, the other main step mutant, Negasonic Teenage Warhead, was always texting and rolling her eyes. She was so Gen Z. Both of these step mutants were very jealous of Cinderpool because Cinderpool had a much larger fan base than they did. Yeah, none of you came to Colossus's story show. One day, an expendable, non-union extra went running in front of the mansion grounds screaming. King Thanos was having the biggest battle of Phase 3. And we all know that was the last good phase. Cinderpool desperately wanted to go to that battle, but Colossus said,
no, it is too dangerous, and you are not a good part of the team.
Then he rips apart Cinderpool's favorite costume, and Negasonic blasts it with her powers. It was so cool, so Gen Z, so on fleek, no cap sigma, skibbity Ohio. Oh, they don't pay me enough. Cinderpool was devastated, vulnerable, and exposed as he stumbled out onto the mansion grounds, weeping, desperately trying to earn that Oscar. But then he looked up and saw, beginning to form, a magical golden sparkle circle. And out of that sparkle circle stepped his fairy hairy god-mutant. You're about 6 seconds late to the cue, Wolvie. It's fine. Sorry. Out of that sparkle circle, then you just, yeah. They don't know right now. Wolverine, huh? Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Thanks, Wolvie. It's so great. We're so excited that you're. Oh, fairy god-mutant Wolverine. I desperately want to go to the big battle, but my mean step mutants destroyed my costume. He said lovingly. What? I'm doing the story, Wolvie. I can't go to the battle without a costume. You're my fairy god mutant. Use your magic wand and do something with a pumpkin.
I'm not gonna do anything to a pumpkin. Just get another costume on. And stop writing me into these stories.
Well, with that sage and mildly Australian life advice, Cinderpool ran to the wardrobe department, grabbed a new, freshly laundered costume, and headed to the big battle. He missed most of it. Yeah, because he stopped for some chimichangas at the local 7-Eleven. Yeah, but 7-Eleven doesn't sell chimichangas anymore, so he had to go to 3 other gas stations. And let me tell you, strange things are afoot at the Circle K. But when he got to the battle, the Avengers were winning. Oh, Captain America looked so good in those pants. He looked for his fairy god-mutant Wolverine, who was...
I'm going to Pim's. I can't do this.
All right, bye. Hey, pick up some milk while you're out. He's not coming back with that milk. Yeah, it's fine. Disney didn't have the rights to him at this point anyway. Cinderpool surveyed the battlefield and saw, right there on the stairs of the alien ship, a single glove. He went over and picked that glove up. Gave this child a crisp high five. Nice. It's a beautiful glove. Gold encrusted with colorful jewels. There were 6 of them. I don't know if that's relevant. He said, I wonder who this glove fits. And put it on. After a bunch of buzzing, whirring, and clicking, it was a perfect fit. But then all the Avengers look over and they start screaming, no, Cinderpool, take that off. You could hurt yourself. Thor started crying. Yeah. And all together they said, Cinderpool, do not snap. So we know what Cinderpool did. Yeah, Cinderpool snapped. Both physically and mentally. Does it all the time, too. Just keeps snapping. People are disappearing, reappearing over and over. There's dogs falling out of the sky. It was really expensive for the VFX department. But eventually, Cinderpool stopped. Everybody was back. And Cinderpool was the hero who saved the universe. Then, all the Avengers tackle Cinderpool to the ground, rip the glove off of his hand, blah, blah, blah. Years later, when they remake the film, they AI Tony Stark's head onto My Beautiful Body. And it goes on to become the most profitable film in the Feige universe, the FCU. But it's okay, because Cinderpool goes on to start his own film franchise, which breaks box office records. That's right, thank you. This sweater is just the worst. And then they had to invite Cinderpool back to the Avengers Endgame 2, Electric Boogaloo. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the true story of how Cinderpool became the belle of the Avengers Ball. Thank you all so much for joining me. We went wildly off the rails from Cinderella there for a bit, but I think we enjoyed it. I'm going to go take my state-mandated lunch now, but thank you so much for joining me for Storytime with Deadpool. Most of you were wonderful. Those of you who were not know who you are. All right, bye now.